We're going to make a fishing trap out of some old useless chicken wire. And I'm going to say useless because we found this in the dump on the ranch. My wife and I. We went and picked it up before we came out here to camp. And it's not a ton of fishing wire, but it should be enough to make us a small trap. And one of the things that you want to remember about this is that the bigger the trap, the bigger the fish you can catch. The smaller the trap, the smaller the fish, but you also have to keep in mind where you're fishing. If you made a trap that's going to allow fish this big to go into it, but there's only fish that are, you know, this big in diameter out there, they're going to go in and they're going to come right back out. So you kind of have to know what you're dealing with wherever it is you're fishing before you build your trap. All right, dudes? So we're actually in a place where we haven't done any fishing before. It's a reservoir, but we heard that there's some bottom feeding fish out here, and we're going to find out. All right, guys? So the first thing that you're going to want to do, and I should go over tools. Cowboy, get away from the camera. Go ahead. Plots. Good boy. I should go over some tools. Like, what do you need to get this done? Of course, the dogs are going to make this as hard as they possibly can. Really, what you really need is your chicken wire. That's really all you need to make this happen. We do have a multi-tool with us. It's a Victorinox. These are awesome. I love this tool. And it's got some wire snips on it, so we're going to go ahead and use this to speed this process up. But if you were knee deep in shit hit the fan and you did not have a tool like this, like, how could you cut the chicken wire to the right size? How could you cut it? Well, you could work hard at it if you had to, you know, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it until it's going to snap. Yes, that would be very time consuming, but if you had no other tools you could use, that would get you through. You could also use a knife, a tomahawk, you know, whatever edge tools you have as well to cut this stuff if you had to. All right, so we're going to go ahead and straighten it out for starters. And my wife is way better at this kind of thing than I am. She's the knot solver. I'll get some stuff so jacked up sometimes in crazy knots. I'm like, babe, come help me. What we're going to do is just try to fix any big holes we have. Like this hole right here, I'm going to do my best to close it up. You don't want any fish going out of that, obviously. You got any holes?
No.
What the hell? You ain't got no holes? That's not fair. Now we're going to go ahead and just try to kind of flatten it out if we can. Just so we're kind of working with a flat shape again. That's going to make it easier for us to form the actual tube of the trap. Now, what we're going to do is kind of just decide where we're going to cut this baby. I'm not sure how much you guys can see this, but what we really need is we need a tube, right? And with this small amount of chicken wire, we're also going to need to completely block off one side of the tube. And the other side of the tube, we want to place a cone that is going inwards. And in that cone, we need an opening the size of fish we want to catch. And what size fish are we going for, babe? Yeah, probably about yay long, right? So we're probably looking at about that big in diameter. I think it's a good place to start. You agree? So that's what we're going to be shooting for. So we really don't need a great big trap, which is awesome, because we don't have a lot of wire. Okay, dudes. We're going to have to do what we can to use this as efficiently as possible. But I hear fish jumping. So that's a good sign. Oh, that's a dog. That was not a fish jumping. It's a dog. We've seen them jump out here before. We just didn't fish it. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to leave just enough wire. What do you think, babe?
Yeah.
You think that's enough?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay.
Basically on this.
Okay. Okay.
And then you can use this for the
Okay. All right, so we found a spot where we're going to cut the wire. And be careful with your eyes, pimps, while you're doing this. Once upon a time, I was building a trellis for a vineyard and cut a wire. And it sprung back and literally stuck in my eyeball. I had to pull it out. Luckily, it didn't hit me in a spot that damaged my vision. But you do want to be careful doing this. One of the great reasons to learn how to do this with chicken wire, or just to know that it can be done, is because this shit is everywhere, guys. It's all over the damn place. And think about shit hit the fan. Not only can you find this in garbage piles on properties all over the place, but you can find it on, you'll be able to find it on abandoned properties, at roadside dumps, like illegal dump sites, all kinds of stuff. So if you see it, know that you can use it to make a fish trap. And obviously, you can't really use this to catch bait fish because the loops in the chicken wire are too large. So this is going to be for like small table-sized fish and up. Ready? All right. So hopefully that's enough. If not, we'll figure something out. That's going to work? Keep any little spare pieces of wire you cut off too. Oh, mommy's mixing drinks. Uh-oh. She likes to make them strong.
This is not my job.
Usually I'm the drink maker, so when she makes them, it's like, woo! Oh boy! Party time!
Best fish trap ever.
Yeah. Don't expect this thing to be all like, you know, symmetrical. I'm just going to kind of clean up these edges a bit before I tie in the other side. And you're just going to tie all these in, dudes. Yes, it's kind of tedious. It could be relaxing and having, oh, what looks like a tequila sunrise. Get my vitamin C. But hey, dudes, this shit's important to practice this kind of stuff. It's not enough to watch a video. All right? Get out and do it. Thanks, honey. Here, I'll let you work on the other side. You don't have to get every single little tie-in either. You just need the trap to be sturdy enough to catch whatever it is you're trying to catch, obviously. Okay. Not looking too shabby. So now we got to pick a side to do the opening. We're going to do the opening first. So by doing the opening first, if we end up not having enough chicken wire, it's not going to be hard for us to just wire the back end closed. And this side looks kind of dicked up, huh?
Yeah, it should be flat.
Let's do, yeah. Although it's got longer ends. I think we can make it happen. Multi-talented individuals. All right, that's us. We're special. You're not special. Okay, so we're going to cut a piece of the excess wire for the inner cone. You basically just need to, you know, eyeball it. Because we know how big of a fish we're trying to catch. Roughly yay size. Right there. That might be a little big, huh? Think about that. So this is basically the size of my fist. Okay. And then gonna have to have enough wire. And we can even bring that in a bit.
Yep.
That looks pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
You like it?
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna take it and just wire the hole closed. So it's going to kind of hold its shape. And then I'm going to cut it from here to here. You guys can probably see here, this thing, we have this overhang, this long piece on the tube. And then we have a long piece here on the cone. So I'm going to put the long piece on the tube where the short portion of the cone is. Just like that. This part can be kind of a bitch. Oh, let me tie the rest of this in. Almost forgot something important. Ended up catching a fish, and fish in the field didn't tie the damn cone together. Like it? Mm-hmm. And we could always close it in a bit. Mm-hmm. I think it ought to be like a little like that. Look good?
Yeah. I'm trying to go for the biggest fish in the pond.
No, because there's only one. Trying to go for the lots of little fish, lots of medium size and small fish. So we got the cone kind of in place. Why don't you work on the cone, wiring it in, honey? Mm-hmm. I'll do the back. I'm wiring the back in. What I'm doing, guys, is I'm going to wire it in basically on 3 sides and just barely wire it in on the other side. And it should be plenty for me to get a fish out of the water and dump it on the bank with a little bit of work. How's it going over there, babe?
Good.
You almost done?
Mm-hmm. Getting there.
Working on the cone?
Yeah.
Yay! Looks good. Perfect. So this piece of wire right here is what is holding this trap closed, the bottom. And we just took some string and tied it off. So it's not hard for us to find it if we get a fish in the trap. Time to get some bait. Fun part. I should pick this wire up because I'm gonna step on this shit in the middle of the night and impale myself. I was just gonna go shoot something, but there is nothing out, man. You can hear these little tiny birds tweeting every once in a while. And so Super Beast and I are looking for a carcass because Ranger, our little black and white dog, he went and found some bones that still had marrow and meat on them nearby, and they were not ribs. It wasn't anything like cut and processed by humans. So there's probably a carcass around here, and we can get some of those bones, crack them open, get access to the marrow, and throw them in that trap. We'll see if we can find them. We're not having any... Fuck, I sound drunk. I'm not, I swear. I always sound like this. Shit. I do so many takes on videos sometimes. But yeah, we're not having any luck finding any bait for the trap. And what do you do when shit hit the fan? Well, you wait it out, man. You wait till you catch something, you go set up your traps, your snares, and you just keep your fish trap ready to go. And when you finally have some guts or something like that, or a carcass, whatever, bones, throw it in the damn trap and get it out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat today because it's not the apocalypse yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So we're going to go ahead and just get some tuna salad out that my Super Beast wife made for tomorrow's lunch. And she found a can, a great idea, bait can. We're going to put some of that in a can, get it in the trap, and I'm going to ditch my shorts, and y'all get to watch me get out there and place the trap. And I'm going to teach you some secrets about placing your trap. I'm going to show you guys a trick. What we would normally do is use either an olive drab 550 cord or tan or brown, depending on where we are. Tie it off to the trap, tie it off to the base of a tree or like a sturdy bush, and feed it out in a way where no one's going to see that 550 cord. It can be hard for you to find it yourself. Remember, you're thinking SHTF here, okay? You're thinking you don't want anyone to find your trap, you don't want them to camp it, that kind of thing. It's all about operational security. So that's normally the method that we would employ. And we do have some 550 cord here, but we're going to do something else. What I'm going to do is put a couple of rocks in the trap to weigh it down. And I'm going to get out in the water. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to line the trap up with a couple of trees on the shore. And that's where I'm going to put it, so that I know right where it is. Obviously, you don't want to have like 24 traps out using this method because you're going to start to forget where they are. But for a few of them, that'll work. You could even, you know, put some kind of mark on the shore to remind you of where your traps are going to be, and then just get out there and walk around and find them. Something else that we want to pay attention to is, you guys see all this growth out here, obviously. The big fish don't like to come into this grass. They're not going to do that. There's just going to be little bait fish swimming around inside of that grass trying to take shelter from the bigger fish. So I actually need to get out beyond that. And I'm going to do it the way me and the wife used to do it. So we're just going to drop trowel. And no reason to get my freaking shorts soaking ass wet. Don't worry, I'll learn how to blur things out in this video. Okay? So it's suitable for YouTube. Let's get some traps. Let's get some rocks. Put them in there. And you know, when the fish get in here, they're not gonna like be bashing around and shit like that. They're gonna get caught in the trap. They're gonna kind of like swim around a little bit and be kind of looking for a way to get out, you know. But I think that weed just went up my ass, man. They're gonna just, you know, kind of be looking for a way to get out, but they're not gonna work too hard for it. Until I walk up on them and I'm like, I got you bitches, you know, tomorrow. We're also not gonna drop our bait can in. I should probably hold it where it's not blurred out. We're not gonna drop it in the trap until I'm actually out where the trap's gonna go in the water. And this shit is soupy out here, man. Cowboy, you gonna go out here with me?
Good boy. All right, we're out past the grass. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line myself up with the two trees right behind my wife. That's what I'm gonna do. So I know right where this trap is. Bait can's going in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it this way in the water. Go down. Put it right there. So when I'm walking out in the morning to check it, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get out to here where the weeds stop. I'm gonna turn around so I can see those trees. And I'm just gonna slowly walk backwards until I feel that trap, and then I'm gonna grab it and go. And I might need to, you know, it's 5 feet deep. I might be going swimming for it.
Our trap was in the water. All we had to do was wait for morning. We got a fire cracking with some modern fire building techniques and enjoyed the rest of our evening.
This fire has been burning for 10 minutes. And all that charcoal in there. All those wood coals are getting super hot, guys. It's like using char cloth or punky wood that you've turned into like charred punk wood. Takes a spark, takes a flame, gets super, super hot so fast. Okay, I'm gonna turn around now, line up the two trees, back up, and I feel it right now. I don't feel it moving. See if I can get it without going swimming. I got the handle. Nothing. There's still bait in the bait can.
That's it, dudes. I think you guys get the idea. Although we weren't successful with some tuna salad. A carcass or the guts of something you killed, when it comes to bottom feeders, that's going to be, you know, a much better option. It certainly helps if you know where you're fishing as well, what kind of fish are out there, how big are they, that kind of stuff.
Really, we need to do, you know, more of a fish recon out here before we know we're going to be successful with this kind of thing. But just making the trap was a fun exercise, and it was cool to be able to show it to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like it, share it, subscribe, check out my Patreon link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.